When we were touring with The Clash in '76, we were going to Leicester, and Joe had an idea of getting there quicker than we did because we were with Sebastian Conran, who was sort of a pal of ours. He used to hang around with us and help us with various things. And Bernie liked the idea of having Sebastian because he was the son of Terence Conran, who had a chain of modern furniture stores. So he was a big, famous, rich person, and we were a bunch of scallywags. So it's kind of fun to have a bit of a contrast there. Anyway, Sebastian was a big biker. He loved motorbikes. He always had a bike of some kind, and he was going to go up to the gig on a bike. So Joe had talked to him and said, "Oh, come on the back of it with you." He thought he'd get there quicker. And I looked at him and said, "Isn't it a bit cold outside?" He said, "What are you, a wimp?" I said, "Well, apparently, yeah, I'm a wimp, but it's bloody freezing out there." So anyway, he got on the bike. He had a thin T-shirt and a thin leather jacket. So really, you know, the modern leather jackets you have motorbikes now, they're full of padding and heat resistance and crash protection. This was just a simple leather jacket, so there's no insulation against cold whatsoever. So he'd gone out. It's a 2-hour journey. So he's on the back of this bike for 2 hours with freezing wind going straight into his body, you know, through the holes in the jacket. So when he got there, we got there first. He walked in and he was just like a solid frozen lump, and he couldn't move his lips. He was just like this. I've never seen me like it before. Like just, and we all laughed our heads off. Couldn't help it. We were a bit cruel, but we just thought it was so funny. And we thought, it's okay. We've got time to thaw him out before the start of the show, so it'll be okay. Because you need to move your lips if you're a singer. But when we finished the gig went okay. And after the gig, I said, "Are you going back in the bike again then, Joe?" And he didn't say anything, just looked away and walked off. And they came back in the van with us. I never saw Joe on the back of a bike ever again. But I rode bikes. Sebastian got me into this riding bikes. So I started riding bikes. I rode for a few years, and then I decided I've got to stop otherwise I'll just crash and die, which I didn't fancy. So that was that. And then years later, when I came back in '82, we were touring in England. We had a Volvo. We're going around this car, a Volvo. And Volvo is a safety mad. So they just invented this thing called child locks, where you couldn't open the door, the back door, from within the car. Otherwise, kids might jump out while they're in the middle of a motorway. You had to open, a grown-up had to come to the outside and open them for you. So we pulled up at this gig, a big crowd of fans outside watching us arrive. And then the driver jumped out of the driver's seat, ran around and opened the door for Joe, who steps out. And you could hear these kids saying, "Oh no, he's got a chauffeur. It's terrible. It's a disaster." We just laughed our heads off because there's no one in the world less likely to want a chauffeur to drive him around than Joe Strummer. So that was it. Anyway, enjoy your weekend. Thanks for listening.